All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And my good friend Kim Regnitz is back with us today. And we're going to be talking about authentic, discerning, and sovereign. So, right. So what does that mean? What does that look like? And more, and how we can be that. And so some of what we also may explore includes talking about the cosmic weather and how we can navigate and harness this auspicious and powerful Aquarian stellium that we're in right now. And what does it mean for us to be authentically sovereign, and why is it so important at this time? And we're going to talk about discernment and alignment with my resonant I am truth and what that means. We're also going to be talking about communication and assistance with our star soul families. So all that and so much more. Of course, we're going to be doing some processes like we always do. Kim's going to be taking some live caller questions, and who knows what else we're going to talk about. So I'm so excited that we're going to be having this conversation today. And for those of you who don't know Kim, she's been with us many, many times on the show. She is an internationally known multidimensional, transformational, vibrational intuitive, and owns Song of the Heart Healing Arts since 1995. And in her 30 plus years of experience working in the healing and transformational arts, Kim holds many practitioner certifications, and she accesses her multidimensional skill sets. She utilizes and applies quantum mechanics and holographic transformational technologies with her clients and classes. And Kim enjoys the ability of going really deep with others in a most unconventional, playful way, finding the core issues and patterns that are keeping someone from stepping fully into their mastery. And she sees herself as a bridge between science and spirituality as she brings forth the energetics of divine magic and alchemy, assisting in the ascension process. So, oh my goodness, we're so excited to have Kim back with us. We always have such a wonderful time. It's always a high vibe call, and I'm excited for that. So Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Laura. I'm so thrilled to be here again. Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. And I know that you always like to start off with a quick grounding process. Do you want to do that now?
Yes, that would be great. Ooh, so everyone, just slow down where you are. And if you're driving, please use caution. I would suggest maybe you want to listen to the replay because we will be entering in high vibrational transmissions throughout this whole call. So just regardless of whatever is going on in your world, just find your center and just take a deep breath. And just let go. This may look like unplugging. It may look like whatever it looks like to you, whatever represents letting go. And feeling the connection with divine source energy, as if you're standing and basking in the light of the divine central sun, the great central sun, divine source energy, that spark that is connected with you in the physical as technology, as you. Feeling that, just that connection that's always there, just amplifying it. When we all connect together, we are co-creating that amplification of this divine light. Beautiful. And we just ask for alignment and centering. And now bring your awareness to Gaia, beautiful, sweet Gaia, and all her magical places and the beauty that she is. Just feeling your heart connection with Gaia. And what a privilege, what an auspicious time to be awakened and alive on this beautiful planet. I know it may be challenging, but really right now, just tap into that gratitude of just this co-creative energy, this hug from Gaia. And again, bringing the awareness to your center, begin to feel this biodirectional flow from as above, basking under the beautiful central sun, divine source energy, and then through the central column, connecting deeply into Gaia's, the Gaia grids, all the way down. Inviting the light body centers and the biofield centers to harmonize and align in the way that is right for you and what is ready for you at this time. And just keep aware and keep noticing what you notice in your being as we go through this call. My intention is that you receive something really authentically out of the box, expansive and brilliant, that you know who you are as a brilliant being of light and the beautiful gifts that you have here just being. And there are several processes that I want you to just contemplate right now. I'm just going to put them out there. It's not about going in your head. I want you to stay in your center. I'm just going to put them out here. What wants to break free and authentically express through you? Invite you to have an intention for this. If there is something that you would like to shift or possibly resistance. I'm seeing Chiron here, that wounded healer piece. And I'm just going to invite you to just expand your boundaries. And actually, there are no boundaries, so just dissolve your boundaries and just go to that place where it's already completed. I'm just going to put that out there. Again, it's not about going in your head. So finding your center again. Beautiful sound tone coming in. Invite you to focus in either your heart or your core star, your center, wherever that is for you. Maybe your gut, wherever you feel naturally inclined right now. And there's a sound tone coming through. Just take a deep breath, recalibrating, realigning, gathering yourself in, focusing your beautiful, shining, bright light. And wherever we are around this beautiful Gaia grid, I invite you just to imagine that we're holding hands with one another, whether you're on this call now, whether you're going to be listening to the replay, or you're joining us in the quantum field, ancestors, etc. All time is now. And we're joining hands. And just wherever you are around that world, you are lighting up. And we are just bringing and beaming this beautiful light to Gaia right now. And all the beings, whether they're in the process of awakening or they're still somewhat asleep, just sending this high vibe, your beautiful light, feeling our soul families, star families, also gathering around us through our I am presence. And call forth right now your I am presence. Just bring your awareness to this part of you, expressing through you as you, your higher self, embodied. Just feel yourself in the center, seeing this I am presence all around you, circling around you, your soul family, star family around you. Just feeling the loving, beaming support. It's not about figuring anything out. You already have everything and then some. Okay, just taking a deep breath and just feeling that alignment, bringing your consciousness We're going to create your space. All space is connected with you right now, whether it's your workspace or your home space, your vehicle. All spaces recalibrated and aligned. Bringing the grids up to where they need to be right now to support you, to continue. We're going to bless our electronics. And through this Mercury recalibration retrograde, all the re words, and harmonize all. Beautiful. And take a deep breath, and back to you, Alara.
Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm slowly coming back to myself as well. So these processes, even like this grounding, connecting process, is so powerful that I can just imagine. I already know what's going to happen for the rest of the call and the rest of the processes that we do. And part of it has to do, I think, for most of us, it's about being present in the moment. Not multitasking, not doing something else, but actually being present in the moment and being willing to receive the energies and the frequencies during this call. So I wanted to start off, Kim, by really quickly talking about the cosmic weather, right? The Aquarian stellium. Some people may not know what that means and how we can work with it and how we can harness these powerful energies for our good.
Oh, definitely. Yes. So I work through evolutionary astrology. I've always been interested in it. It just, ever since I was very young. But it's not about coming from the place of predictive. Evolutionary astrology is actually harnessing the cosmic beings. We are the planets. The planets are within us. They are celestial beings. You are a celestial being. So we are in the crescent phase of this new cycle, this Aquarian stellium. A stellium is more than several planets in one sign. And right now they're all in Aquarius. We have the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, and also two other beings that are also in, so there's like 8 points of power in Aquarius. And Aquarius is a fixed sign. It's an air sign though. Okay, so it is the water bearer, and everyone has Aquarian somewhere in their chart, Aquarius. I have prevalent Aquarius. I have Uranus and Aquarius in the first house, my Uranus, which makes your first house is you, your personality, who you are. And we just had 12/21/20, the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction in Uranus. Okay, so that set this whole golden new age, 5D golden new age, manifesting here in form. It actually came in 2012 on the winter solstice, winter or summer solstice, depending on what side of the planet you're on. But really, we're anchoring it through, manifesting it here now. And so this Aquarian energy literally is very Star Trek-y. It's boldly allows you to boldly go where you want it, where you've never gone before. Okay, so it's amazing what can come through. So this Aquarian energy is out of the box, like coloring outside the box. If any of you did that and you were kind of chastised for it, most likely you had a lot of Aquarian. It's brilliance, innovative, originality, also freedom loving. Okay, blazing your own trail. And I'll be talking in a moment about the aspects that we're dealing with right now with Saturn and Uranus, which is actually an Mercury retrograde. Let me try, so much is coming through, so let me just connect here. Saturn and Uranus go through their first exact square tomorrow. So Saturn represents the rules, outer authority, and restrictions. Uranus points to which rules are too confining, restriction, and limiting, but need to be changed. So we're literally doing that dance between the old and the new. We're watching it on the planet. We're watching it within our old what wants to shift within us. Okay, and I believe it was Sunday night we had Chiron, which is the wounded healer. I believe I talked about that in December. We actually had Chiron. Let me just look here. We had a conjunction of Chiron with the moon. And so the Chiron's in Aries right now. Okay, and we're in the Aries lunar, we're in the moon in Aries right now, but we're in the Aquarian cycle. The new moon have clocked in on the 11th, and then we are in the crescent phase of the new moon. So whatever you started on the 11th, around 1:05 p.m. Central, roughly, if you've planted any seeds, anything new came in, just be aware of that. For myself, and I hold new moon, full moon calls, we actually created new moon wishes or seed planting, which is really, really powerful with the stellium in Aquarius. But we had some really unique aspects with this new moon. We had Venus and Jupiter conjunct. Now, Venus and Jupiter are the two benefics. So Venus is what you value, rules relationships, beauty, all things beauty. It rules the sign of Taurus, which actually is, Uranus is in Taurus, which we have that square tomorrow. And then Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So whatever within you is ready to expand. So how many of you just feel like you're really, you're being really pushed, but you have no idea where you're being pushed to go? And that can feel a little unnerving because there's something so unique coming in, and we can feel it, but there's part of us that is, it's unsettling because we want to know what it is. And that's the part of us that, so there's an aspect of that really, really strong right now. So, and if you resonate with what I just said, just maybe in the comment box say yes, or am I just feeling that? Oh my goodness, it is really, really intense. But this is to break you out of those old constructs, that old 3D pattern. For us to really manifest that golden new age, it's a shift of perception, and it is all about a consciousness shift. It's easy to get into the whole connection of what is happening around the earth right now, what is happening, all of the protests and things that are going on. It looks like things are getting really, really bad, but it is the beautiful light that's pushing that forth to the surface. And the Aquarian is really part of, the Aquarian stellium is really part of this. Now, this is very different from last year where we had all the Capricorn stellium, which is an earth sign. That felt really heavy. A lot of us made major changes. If you look back at how you've grown over last year, you probably are scratching your head. And this may not even be realized for a few years ahead of now. Taking a sip of tea here. And I invite you to have water to drink. Keep that energy flowing, that moving. So with the Aquarian energy, because it's an air sign, it's the water bearer, the ability to carry water without getting drowned into the emotional quality of it, unlike Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So we have that ability to really, all things Aquarian, expand, just the genius, the brilliance. It's fast moving too. So if things have occurred to you that are sudden and fast moving, and it can feel like an upheaval, that's actually really a good thing. And at the heart of it, we all get kind of complacent and we don't really like change so much. It kind of pulls the rug under our feet, so to speak. But if you start to align with this change and start to align in fluid and step back and become the observer, you're going to handle this much easier. Okay, so Thursday we enter into, the sun goes into Pisces. So we're in the last bit of the Aquarian, the sun in Aquarius. It's going to be a little while before the other planets move. We actually have Mercury going direct on Saturday, so it is really slow right now. So that's why I'm stumbling over my words. Blah, blah, blah. I have, I'm Leo. I have a lot of Virgo energy, which is ruled by Mercury in my chart as well. Moon and Jupiter conjunct Mercury in Virgo. And so that Mercury energy is really, I've learned to love Mercury retrograde simply because it is a time to take things off your plate, to all the rewords: relax, rest, redirect, recalibrate, replace, refinish, all of the rewords, rethink. So as it's going more toward direct, it's very, very slow. And so it starts to, you may start to feel its effects a little bit more when it slows down, and then it will start the forward momentum. But it will take a week or so, until about the 26th of February, before it really goes, you feel it, okay, it's actually starting to move now, because it goes into what it's called its storm. So just, I know that for years I used to bash Mercury retrograde, but now I really love it, because it is a time to almost like revisit. How many of you have had dreams that, or you've thought of people that you haven't thought of in a long time? They come into, watch who crosses your path. Right. That's part of what's going on with.
But yeah, that feeling of being pushed to do something, but not knowing what it is, you know, so a lot of people are feeling that. Absolutely.
Yes. And then feeling almost where you could get really in a chaotic place with that. And so that's a sign that we just step back, ground, just connect in with Gaia. Gaia's really, really willing to assist with her fractals, just connecting in, because Gaia's going through all of this as well. We're co-creating with Gaia. So at no other time are we being supported with soul families. And I've said this before, but with this Aquarian stellium, that is the whole energy of star soul families. So many of us are star seeds. In other words, we didn't have our first incarnation on the earth. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I think most people know that. Yeah. That are on these types of calls. I think most people know that.
Right. Yes. But there is a big, really deep connection with our star soul families right now with this Aquarian stellium. So just going to put that out there. And I know I did put it out in the initial intent, like feeling the support. And you can go to bed at night. You can see that. Go to bed at night and just see that. I'd really like to connect with my star family, my soul star family, at a deeper place. We're all going deeper with that. With Venus and Jupiter expanding, we're all going deeper with that. And always through, for me, and if you resonate with what I'm sharing, beautiful. If not, let it go. It's you're here to blaze your own trail. I'm here just to simply share and remind you who you are, and that, you know, if give yourself permission to embody your inner weird, because weird is an Aquarian word. And how many of you have been? Yeah, have you been, Alara? Have you been called the weird one?
Oh my goodness, yes. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And when you finally embrace it and acknowledge it and say, yeah, I'm good with this, you know, that life gets so much easier.
Oh yes. If there was ever a time for you to embrace this inner weird, and authentic is an Aquarian word. You're authentically yourself. What wants to blaze through? What trail? And I'm looking out over my window right now, and it's beautiful snow without any tracks in it. We just got more snow. And it's like blazing a new trail, cutting a new trail. And that's what we're all doing. So we're putting that out in this call. Where are you being directed to blaze a new trail?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that too. Yeah, absolutely.
And we're watching others as well go through this. Well, Saturn represents that old, you know, the authority. And then really, Saturn is also about really listening to your Dharma, living your Dharma, living your truth aligned with your own divine essence, what you're here to bring forth. And many of you some of you might not know, I've heard that from more people. Well, what am I here to be? And what am I here to do? Well, first of all, your presence, number one, is really shifting much, and why you're even here. And I've heard the phrase that many beings wanted to be here now, but didn't have what it took to actually facilitate this. In other words, you've all done this at some point before, maybe not to this extent, because the Earth is kind of a grand experiment. How can we go the furthest away from source, and then like a rubber band pulling back and letting it go?
Yeah.
And then going back to the source, and like well, you know what happens when you let a rubber band go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're being stretched big time, right?
Yes, but we're going back. Things are moving really quickly, and that's that Uranus energy, that really fast, sudden moving.
Yeah.
I would also suggest, if you're finding a lot of anxiety, and because Uranus is very electrical, okay, you might get flashes of ideas around driving your car, or pay attention to what you get around electrical. If you're using your Vitamix or your blender, or whatever, coffee maker, whatever, anything electrical, notice what all of a sudden downloads, because Aquarian energy is very electrical. And by the same token, if you're finding yourself just not being able to settle down, you need to really literally unplug your Wi-Fi, get offline, get into the bath, use some grounding energies. I like to move. For me, for grounding, if I am pent up with, a good workout really assists me. Or a good walk. Right now, it's too frigid in the where we are to walk.
Yeah.
But Epsom salt bath, using sound, just get away from the phone, get away from the computer, get unplugged.
Yeah, absolutely. You can unplug for an hour. It's fine. It will still be here when you come back.
I know.
Yeah.
And turn your phone down so you don't hear those little social media dings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
Literally, we're all programmed for that so much. So, wow.
Awesome. So we have another 10 days of this Mercury retrograde, right?
About. It does go direct on Saturday.
Okay.
But
cool.
So just realize that. And remember, Mercury is a mind sign. So if you're having a lot of battles in your head, 95% of the battles we fight are in our head, our minds. Moving it out, repeating our stories. Okay, repeating, that's a reword. Okay, so we can use the Saturn-Uranus square, the first of 3, exact square. We're already feeling it already. Usually well, these are the outer planets, so we feel them sometimes weeks and months before they actually are there. So use that. A square has gotten a negative connotation by a lot of astrologers, but it means action. Use that. What wants to express through you? What wants to break free and authentically express through you? And I'm just going to bring this in too. There is no one, just even thinking 7.2 billion planet, give or take, people on the planet here. There's no one like you. Now expand that out multidimensionally. How many galaxies and universes and planetary source systems are there? There is no one like you ever or ever will be. That is exactly like you, that have experience as you have had. You are unique. That's how infinite and vast it is. So where are you to blaze your trail?
Wow.
Okay, take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Let your mind go of that.
Awesome. But that's the thing. It's like, usually around this time, it's February, spring is just around the corner. This is when we start to get those impulses to create something new, right? It's like a rebirth, renewal.
Yes. However, and you may get good ideas. Wait till Mercury goes direct before really acting on them, just because you want to have, I mean, if you're getting impulsed, of course, the planets don't do anything to us. However, when we start to harness their energy, it's amazing what happens. So just kind of like earmark those ideas and then really act on them. And I would, if it's something related to business and you're really expanding, you may want to even consider the new moon in Aries, because that ushers in the new astrological cycle, the new year, astrologically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I believe, April 11th. I got that right? Sure. So we're letting go of all of last year once we move into March. So we're in the Pisces time of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So just really, yes, the spring or the autumn. Isn't it autumn for various parts of the world? You're going into your autumn.
Yeah.
But that still is a very creative time. So, see here. Yes, and a note that I wrote down was take a divinely guided chance. That would be a really good Aquarian statement. I am guided to take a divinely expanded chance. That's a word that's a phrase that I just saw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking
Nice.
a chance. So what's that saying? Was that who said that? Nothing changes because it was Einstein. Nothing changes until something moves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's either with ourselves, or we are the ones ushering this new golden age, this 5D new golden age here in form, manifesting it here now within our 3 and 40 worlds. And right now, there's a lot of fear on the planet. Collective consciousness is in the 4th dimension, is in the lower 4D. Well, what is that? Your mind. It's a fight for your mind. And whether it's a daily dose of fear from the media or, and this is global, or your own mind, your own monkey mind, and things that are surfacing for yourself that are coming up to clear, it's about really boldly stepping out of these and shifting these patterns, because it is all really who you are not.
Yeah, that's what's coming up to be cleared, is who you are not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Like beliefs, like the word in the middle of belief is lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, beliefs are very different. They're downloaded either from outside of ourselves, either from someone else's perception of reality, or from well-meaning authority, parents, teachers, doctors, etc. But you cannot shake your inner knowing. Your knowing is your knowing. It transcends belief or lie, be life.
Mm-hmm.
And your knowing is that you know it without having to know how you know it. That is your divine spark. And so the more that we shift these, who we are not, the more that we can truly embody this brilliance, this authentic that wants to really expand. Now, even our multidimensional selves, other timelines, etc., where we've mastered skill sets, all is in a state of evolution. So even the skill sets that you've mastered multidimensionally are in a state of expansion. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That goes back into that brilliance, that vastness. And again, this is not about getting your head around it, because your 340 mind will not be able to track where we're going here. Mm-hmm. So notice what you're feeling in your body as this is coming through. This is literally coming through from my AM Alchemy team collective. Notice what you're feeling and notice what is happening in your body. You may feel temperature changes. You may feel light, cold. You may feel heavy in some areas and light in others. You may have pain. All pain is negative energy coming up to clear. Just be really, really gentle with yourself. And at any time you can ask your own I am to moderate it for you. And that goes with any kind of transmission, or you can just ask, please moderate this for me, so that you in the physical body can assimilate it. Okay, with this Aquarian energy, I have no idea what's going to come through today. It's been pretty powerful so far.
We're just going to be in the flow and be willing to receive.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what does it mean to be authentically sovereign and why it's so important right now.
Okay, authentically sovereign is true to yourself. And that's kind of dovetails in what I just mentioned a little while ago about beliefs, resonance. If something that you've been doing for a long time, all of a sudden just doesn't resonate with you. In other words, it's not feeling like it holds the same amount of inspiration. Let it go. It may not be for you. It may have outlived its life. And that includes relationships, that includes material things that you have. It's all information. Being true to yourself. Sovereign literally means being free, being your own divine master. And I've mentioned this before, and I mention it on all of my new and full moon lunar monthly calls. I facilitate 2 of them every month. Take out the word light worker and incorporate light master. And even stating that, I am a light master. And I invite you to do this, not just one and done, but do this in the mirror and just notice what you're feeling with this, especially with this Aquarian energy. Now, you may have things surface that says, especially if you've had strong religious programming as a child, oh, that's blasphemy. It's blasphemy to say that I am divine, I am God, I am. But truly, it is who we all are. We're here in form. We're that spark. We're little extensions of the divine in form here, touching Gaia, co-creating with Gaia, awakening others. Someone has to go first. And it doesn't take very many light masters to really reach critical mass, which we've already reached. What we are witnessing globally right now is all of that stuff. And it's good to observe that. However, don't get caught into it. And sometimes it's easier said than done. And this comes back to sovereign. Just like when you take your garbage out, you don't start halfway down the drive as you're taking it to the curb and start all of a sudden looking at what's in it. You don't start picking it apart. You're ready to dump it. Okay, but observing it is important. And notice what it brings up for you. If it starts to trigger or create a strong reaction, then there's somewhere in you, and that's the gift in it, that there is a lie or a belief. And again, that underlying that word lie. And so looking and exploring that and observing it and inviting all this Aquarian energy, all of the outer planets, Saturn, Jupiter. Again, Jupiter wants expansion for you. It'll expand wherever we're at. So expanding all of the things aligned with the I am. Okay, all of the divine supply of the amazing possibility potential. Venus the same way. And much of this triggering is for the first 3 chakras. Okay, so what is up on the planet right now? Survival, like the lockdowns, it brings up the fear. That's root chakra, sacral chakra, a lot of relationship shifts. First and foremost, it's all about our relationship with divine, your I am, and is that ready for an expansion? And then the 3rd chakra is our power, our sovereign power, where we've given our power away to an authority outside of ourselves that maybe hasn't felt right, but we haven't had the courage up until now to really look at that and really take a stand. Well, you can invite all of this Jupiter and Saturn, this Aquarian energy, and all of these Sun, Mercury, let's see, Mars is in Taurus. Okay, that's an Earth sign. Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Moon, in Aquarius to really expand that, because even though the moon is right now in Aries, we are still in the lunar cycle of Aquarius. So the lunar cycle happens until the next new moon. Okay, and that is actually, that will be the Pisces new moon, which will be March 13th. So that's the whole lunar cycle. There's like 8 different segments of this. And we're in the crescent phase right now. Okay, we're out of the new moon. The new moon is about 3.5 days. We're in the crescent phase. So anything that you started around the new moon, it's like a little seedling. It has started and sprouted. But what happens when that sprouts? Like whenever we invite a new energy in, or, okay, I want to do this, I want to manifest this, what tends to come up? All of the things that are in contrast to that. Okay, so fears. So again, that's coming up to clear. And many times people will say, well, what am I doing wrong? I want to manifest this, but instead I'm getting this. Well, that you're getting, or contrast, is where you need to really pay attention to, because that is another lie. And that's coming up to clear. So just be aware of the crescent phase. We're in the crescent phase until the 19th. Which is that Friday, I believe. Yes, around 12:47 p.m. Central Time. And then we move into the first quarter. Okay, so after 12:47 on the 19th through the 23rd of February, 12:40, that's a take action. That's anything that you created at the new moon time, anything that's on your plate, it's a time to take an action. It can be as simple as any little baby step forward. It can be like researching something that you want to do, maybe calling up this person, something that you wanted to create that you planted at the new moon. Just any kind of little action step. It can be writing something down. It can be a new spiritual practice, whatever that you can move toward, whatever was planted within the new moon time, which was February 11th, through actually yesterday, 9:39 a.m. So whatever was on your plate from that time, I'll just leave it at that. I can feel, I can see everyone's little wheels turning. Okay, what happened? And so whether something happened, I would assume something would have happened, especially with that Venus. We had 3 Venus-Jupiter conjunctions, exact conjunctions from that time frame. We had a Mercury conjunct Jupiter. So a lot of really benefic things occurred. And so this is going to, Jupiter in Aquarius is also a vector of good fortune and will bring a year of exceptional opportunities. So really pay attention to the big no, big yes signals.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Okay, which bring in, synchronicities, all of it.
Good.
So
I'll use some good
exciting.
fortune.
It's exciting, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. It's time. It's time. It's a timeline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Yay. So I just want to let you know that we do have some people with their hands raised if you wanted to take some questions.
Yes, I just, okay, I did speak about discernment. Yes, discernment, again, being true to your own truth. I just want to say one more thing, and yes, I would love to do that. Doubts only occur when we allow others' pictures of reality to undermine our inner knowing. Okay, when we feel doubt or when we feel less than, what has crept in that supersedes your inner knowing? Is it something from the past? Is it something that you just connected in with social media? What is bringing up that doubt? Drive into that, dive into it, and explore and observe it, and let it ask for assistance with you through your I am, with your soul family, so star team, for help with it, assistance, and just let go. Okay, ready?
Awesome. So we have somebody on the phone number ending in 447. It's a Canadian number.
Well, I like the master numbers, 44.
Yeah. So phone number ending in 447 if you want to unmute yourself. And *6 if you're on the phone to unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry, I forgot that I have to unmute myself, so I'm talking away and nothing's happening.
That's okay. Who's this?
Wilma.
Hi, Wilma.
Hi. I'm wondering while I'm listening to Kim. I'm not sure how to word this. It's almost like, and I kind of got a hit when you were saying about the discernment and the truth. I feel like there's something in me that I know what my truth is on a conscious level, but I'm not. It's the connecting. You know what I mean? Connecting the divine. Does that make any sense to you?
Okay, so where are you doubting that you're already connected?
Because oftentimes when I feel something, it doesn't turn out. I'm not sure how I'm not wording this properly. It's like I feel that I know something, and then something happens to yank me out of that. I think that's the best way to say it.
Something happens. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so notice what those something that happens is, and follow that thread. And sometimes it's just sitting quietly in your center and centering much like we did, and bringing that inner knowing, even putting your hand over your heart and asking, okay, so whatever, whose belief did I take on that's challenging my inner knowing right now? I'm seeing childhood ancestors. I'm getting a loud ringing in my left ear. And right now, just unplug from thinking. Sometimes just our thinking just.
That's a biggie for me because I'm very logical.
Yeah. Okay. What's that lodge? What's lodged there that needs to leave?
Okay.
Yeah, that right there. Okay, there's already been a shift here. Between the throat and the heart, around the high heart, but it's more the heart. Wow, what are you noticing right now?
I just had a realization. It's the standing up for myself and my own and the truth of my own power. When you were doing that first little bit, and you said about the ancestors, it was my mother that popped in my mind. But just as you were doing this, the language, the sound language, that's what popped for me. And I was holding my hand on my heart when that happened. That it's not having the courage of my conviction to stand in my own power.
Okay, so let's unhook from that and just rephrase that statement and make it a statement of an I am statement.
Okay.
That's right. And we're all witnessing it. So everyone, this is for everyone. Holding in your heart space. We're gonna watch and witness for Wilma. If you'd like to declare that statement out loud, if that feels right. If not, that's okay too.
So I'm turning this into an I am statement. I am.
Simple. What is your desire to come from this? It's standing in your power, right?
Mm-hmm. I am standing in my, I am standing. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The word courage means literally to heart. I am the courage of standing in my own sovereign power. Something like that. Make it your own. It resonates for you. You're overthinking it too much. Let go. bring in the energy of it first. Mhm.
I am standing in my own sovereign power.
Beautiful. Whoa, I just saw the sword. I saw your hand going up into a sword, like the sword of truth. How does that feel? What do you feel like? Ooh.
It's really interesting that you saw a sword, because I often seem to have a sword when I'm meditating.
Sword of truth, cutting away illusion. Yeah. What are you feeling in your body right now?
Feeling a lot of heat in my chest area and outwards on my back. Like I can feel the heat moving out.
Yeah. There may be some more deeper work with ancestral patterns here. However, this is a big, huge step for you. And then writing that down and literally, now you are going to have things surface that are contrast to that. They're coming up to clear, but that is truth. That resonates and rings true for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's like the other shoe's gonna drop.
Okay, just give that other shoe and give it a fling out. Fling that out. Fling both shoes off. Let's stand on the earth.
There you go. That's gone.
That's just what.
But I'm glad that popped, because I think my entire life it's always been, if something is really good, I'm like waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it sounds like a weird thing to say, but it popped for a reason.
Yeah. That's a programmed, conditioned, contrasted, and inverted program. Mm-hmm. And that Saturn is really giving us that permission. The Saturn and Uranus square is really giving us the permission to really nix that.
So just let it go.
A lot of energy in my head now, and I'm adding now to my statement. This seems very, very firm. I am standing in my own sovereign power now.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Good.
And this is for everyone. Just embrace that. Every single person on this call and listening to the replay. That is for you, for all of us.
Awesome. Thank you, Wilma.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to Linda.
Hi, Kim. Nice to talk to you again.
Hi, Linda.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Hi, great.
Good. Okay, so mine doesn't have to do too much with anything except the cosmic weather. So I would like to know, and this is what I've heard, so I don't know if you know about it or not, but there's supposed to be like another Earth close to us that's more pristine than ours. Do you know anything about that?
Well, we are actually anchoring this. It's already in form. We are manifesting it here. We are seeing it here. That is more metaphorically speaking. Literally, that's what we're doing. And that's real. And I'll get into that when I talk about my special offer, because it is really a shift of perception, because we've been drawn into too much observing of what is the garbage pieces that we are taking out to the curb.
Right.
And it's a shift for all of us collectively. And what that means for us, like what we would like to really co-create. What does that new golden age, 5D golden age look like here? And how do we bring our creative energy or out of the box brilliance to creating that in what we have to offer in service to others?
Well, like a better energy field for medicine, a better energy so that we all have free energy, better,
Yes.
like more governance of ourselves so that we're more sovereign for ourselves, and able to co-create with other people and bring about a more general oneness of our society and our love. and I don't know, just a lot of cool things. Where medically we wouldn't have to go to a doctor, that, you know, we could actually heal ourselves and know, and I know we can do that, but so that the consciousness of the planet would be raised enough so that we could all heal ourselves and not have to rely on outside help. And then the insurance would go down. There'd be no insurance.
Well, we're living in an inverted world of what got programmed in. So if you shift that, and again, I'm seeing that sword Excalibur with its upward trajectory, that's what we're doing, that expansion. Like my hands go up and out. This just beautiful expansion. And that's what we're all doing. So it's a shift in perception, and the whole, what you nailed it on the head when you said consciousness shift. Okay, yes. So the Aquarian Stellium is really assisting with that. I was so glad for that, for Saturn and Jupiter to move out of Capricorn into Aquarius, because literally we can embrace that inner weird. We can be weird and get away with it. Well, I've always done that anyway. But we're giving everyone has permission now to do that.
Yeah, it's really hard when those around you are still stuck in the 3D, and you know the mindset is not where yours is, and you aren't even really surrounded by people who will accept whatever you have to say. So that is a little hard, and a little more challenging.
Yes, it's still holding the space. Yeah. Because it's almost like if you look at an infant that doesn't know specific things, you know, it hasn't come to their consciousness yet. However, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of my free gift bonuses that I have, and there's 3 of them, is I'm awakened, they're not, which is a joke, you guys. That's why I laughed with it, because it sounds like a judgment, but it really isn't. It's about working with others in the quantum field, where you could not go and verbally explain your ideas to them. They'd look at you like crazy, and they might even, you know, ridicule and whatnot. You can work with them in the quantum field from your I am to their I am. And that's a whole activation for that. And that's on Alara's, the bonus for you.
Yeah, on the gift page.
Take advantage of that. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Which I'm going to work with that with my son, because my son actually had turned 22 on the 11th. Talk about the cosmic 2x4 upside the head. That's going to be interesting.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Much love.
Much love.
All right, so if anybody else has a question, you can just raise your hand, or you can type your question in the chat. I realize I didn't say that at the beginning. Oops. But yeah, you can definitely do that. I wanted to ask you a question a little bit. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about the communication and assistance with our star family, our soul family.
Beautiful, yes. And there is one of the options in my special offer is all about that. And it's just amazing. So that is a big facet of the galactic center, the connection with the galactic center, and where we are right now in this expansion, both Jupiter and then Venus, really connecting in with our star soul families. Now, oftentimes people will say, and bless love, I love, you know, when anyone's talking about with this, beautiful. If you resonate with it, beautiful. If not, that's okay. But not to get so caught up into where I'm from, because where we are all from is divine source energy. Mm-hmm. And many people will say, well, I'm from here and I'm from here and I'm from here. Well, that is in resonance to your soul mission here now. We are consciousness. We've been everywhere and played every role. Yeah. Okay, through this spiral of this trajectory of consciousness. And so not to get so embroiled into that. However, the star families, the soul families that connect with you with your mission here now, we are really connecting in with them. And I can really feel that, especially many of you, if you notice you wake up at between 3 a.m. or around 3 a.m., 2 to 4 a.m., mm-hmm. that's usually a time where the energy is very different, and it's very, very primed for connecting. And sitting in meditation and just asking to connect with your soul star family, just having the idea of connecting actually connects with that. And working with your breath, your center, and your pineal gland. Just focusing on your breath, and then notice the space in between your breath. And then bring your awareness to your pineal gland, and then let the that pineal gland expand out like you're bridging to your star soul family. And this is a really crash way of doing that, but that working through that pineal and also the stargate of the heart, and just connecting with that soul family. You may notice that, okay, I want to listen to this talk here, and it may be somebody that's bringing in the Arcturian. It may be somebody that's bringing in Palladian. Just notice the resonance. Notice the subtle nuances around you. So that's a really good point. And you can just ask. Many of us are seeing things outside of our vision. Keep in mind, we are only seeing less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. So we're screening a lot out. And again, this Aquarian energy is really expanding our consciousness so that we're able to clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, claircognizantly perceive these other beings that are really here assisting. And they're assisting, it's also inner earth beings, the ancient ones, the whales, dolphins, etc. We have the ability to connect. Many of you on this call are in dolphin bodies and whale bodies. And do not get your 3D head around that. Also, Palladian, Arcturian, Cassiopean. The Cassiopean energy has really been coming in strong. It's beautiful love energy, and they have the Arcturian around them supporting. So many of us are actually seeing this in our sky. That's why there's been increased activity of non-terrestrial activity. Many of these high frequency, high vibe ships, you're not going to be able to see because it takes a lot of energy for them to really like manifest into this 3 and 4D. But sometimes in paranormal places where there's a lot of electromagnetic energy, you will see them because that electromagnetic energy is assisting them in becoming more visible. But you may see them phasing in and out of here. But it's more about connecting in and perceiving, okay, who is coming in right now? And you can just ask, stand in your I am authority, always. You don't give your power away to anyone. Okay, always through your I am, which for me is my firewall. It's before I go to bed at night, especially if I've had a challenging day, something's coming up that's resisting, something I got triggered or whatever. So I'll call in my I am team and I'll ask for the container of sleep for it to be resolved. I'll ask to be taken to an Arcturian chamber of rejuvenation or a Palladian, whatever, star family, just assist me. And oftentimes I'll get ideas of crystals that I want to put under my pillow, just something, just stay aware, and then just notice what gets your attention. They will make themselves known. I mean, this is a family that you feel really supported. Many of us have had friends separate from us, have had family members that have just said, you're way out there. I don't resonate with you. And there's really been a bifurcation and it's been painful. It's triggered abandonment. I mean, look at social media. Many of you have been unfriended or whatnot, maybe more to the degree of others. But it's really first and foremost important that you're authentic and true to yourself, and you do not give your power away to anyone. Even the ascended masters, there's a tendency to put them on a pedestal. They don't want to be there. A true master will not ask for that. You are a master as well. We are co-creating with them. Okay, we are literally the boots on the ground. In here with the machetes and whatnot.
Absolutely. And that's about being in our sovereign power, but being in our sovereign power and getting support. There's nothing wrong with getting support. There's nothing wrong with working with our soul families, our star families, but we stay in our power as we do it.
Yes, it's just like calling a friend up when you're just like, you're in a lot of density dropping in a day, and you're just, when we're in density, like dropping density, it's like you can't see the forest through the trees. And it's really good not to judge that piece. It's part of the process. But just like you would call up a friend, a very intuitive friend, and can you hold space for me today? Or what is going, can you give me some insight? Or have a session. That's really powerful too. So you can call forth your soul family, star family, asking for help. And the prime directive of the universe is it's free will. You have to invite and then also commanding versus controlling. Oftentimes our ego wants to control and wants it a certain way and wants to control the information coming in. Let go of that and command instead. Command is very different from control. Command your space. This is a space of light. If you're asking to connect and all of a sudden you get kind of a low vibrational feeling, okay, so that may be something coming in to clear. Okay, but you don't start putting them on pedestals. It's not a time for gurus at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Thank you. Destiny, you can unmute yourself. Phone number ending in 378.
Hey, Alara, thank you so much.
Hey, Destiny.
Hey, I had an appointment today, and all day long I couldn't figure out. My body was literally rumbling. It's like my whole body was vibrating and rumbling, and then I noticed that it felt like literally there's portals open inside of my body. So there's like all of these beings coming in inside of my body. So I don't know what to do about this, but it's not cool because I'm literally driving down the highway, had a heart doctor appointment today.
Okay, you're driving right now?
No, I'm parked right now because to get this call, but yeah, there's something really strange going on inside of my body. I don't even understand.
Okay, so just claiming your I am authority. I'm just gonna bring in some clearing here. You stand in your I am authority. And I just mentioned command. This is a place of light. This is a place of the Christ consciousness. If you are not inner of the white or gold light, please leave. Okay, we welcome, and I'm seeing Kuan Yin coming in here. And Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Also noticing the Syrian feline being coming in. Whew, okay. I'm also noticing a red cardinal, which is about accept yourself as a being of light and conduct yourself accordingly. Okay, we welcome you we welcome all limitation, all entities. We welcome you from within the divinity of our being. You are healed, forgiven, lifted, and enlightened, surrounded and filled with the Christ love, surrounded and filled with the Christ light. You are free from the earth's vibration. I ask the beautiful Medi to take you to your perfect right place. Go in love, go in peace. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. Healed, forgiven, lifted and enlightened. Healed, forgiven, lifted and enlightened. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to use some sound here. Okay, bring yourself back in your body. You're kind of scattered right now. Just gather yourself back in. What are you noticing in your body right now?
Clarity. I feel like I haven't been clear all day. It's like this has been happening all day long.
Well, there may be more than, there's more to do than what we can do, obviously, in this call. because I do get there's some kind of an agreement that you've made for some of these experiences that, again, may be best looked at during a session. But for right now, it feels better.
I recently cleared contracts with regards to being violated. And see, I keep repeating that contract every day because I feel like they keep coming back. So I don't understand. So there's more than that. It's more than just being violated.
I get a yes on that. Okay. Shift your awareness and stand in your own sovereign power. Calling on the Aquarian Stellium and calling on your I am. And again, what I mentioned before, this is a place of light. This is a place of the Christ consciousness.
A place of light.
This is a place of light. Standing in your sovereign power. Because that is a really strong with your mission that you came in here to really navigate. And part of it is, I don't want the word learn, that's not the right word, but master.
Master fear.
Well, fear is a low vibration.
Well, I mean, I feel like
you cannot hold fear and power in the same resonance. A light bulb cannot be on and off. Turn on your light. I'm literally hearing that song, Turn on Your Heart Light. There we go. It's like there's something running. I'm literally feeling that energy inside of my body is just like rumbling, like brrrr. Okay, so some of that is that some of the Aquarian energy, such as ground.
I don't know how to ground. Like right now in this moment, I feel like I can't ground. I feel like I'm so.
We're connecting in with our Earth star. Open the middles of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. The release areas, releasing all that cellular debris. Yeah, there's more that would involve more of a session here. But okay, connecting down into the Earth star, feeling a lot of trees, tree beings, community of trees. Just assisting right here. Also noticing shungite and cuprite. Shungite, especially because it has a magnetic presence. Magnesite. Okay, let go of that fear. I'm seeing a lot of yellow grayish energy around. Yeah, and I'm also feeling that wherever you are, if you're in the city, you're also very, the EMF is really kind of coming in that too. It's exasperating. Bringing in the energy, well, shungite will help with that.
Okay, I'm feeling like, like I'm not, am I even in my body? Because it feels like I'm really far up and out of it or something. Like I'm having a hard time. I feel like I'm trying to get down in my body and I can't get down in it.
Okay, well, you're a little bit more than you were.
And I was just going to say as well, Destiny, you might want to, step out of the car and walk around a little bit outside. That might be helpful to ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you in a really frigid place? Well, that's kind of an interesting question with the whole U.S. is kind of cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
In your snow.
Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will get out though. I think I need to get out just because I need to get in my body. It feels horrible.
Exactly.
I would also, if you can find a tree, put your spine against a tree if you're near a park or something, or find a park, just go and stand by a tree. The one that calls to you.
But there's like contracts. That's what all this is about, contracts.
There's
agreement.
A lot more than that, but you'll have to talk to separately.
Thank you, Alara.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Kim. Yes, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks. Have a good day, guys.
You
Thanks.
too.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Okay, so that was interesting. So Stella, I know you've been, Stella, you want to unmute yourself? We're going to just take a few more quick questions. Where is she, Stella? Star
I'm
6.
there. There I
Mhm.
am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Well, thank you
Hi,
for
Sue.
my call. I fell 2 weeks ago, and I fall on my back, and so I've been feeling very weak and very I fall and hurt my lower back. So I don't know if it's because of the fall, but I just feel so weak. I just woke up for 12 o'clock to listen to your program. I was in bed. I'm in bed. I said, oh,
Goodness.
I want to
Okay.
know if it is a spiritual or if it is physical.
All of the above. You're actually, I see you actually out of alignment, and what I heard was that your atlas was out of alignment. But I'm actually seeing some of the hip being out of alignment too. Okay, hold on here. Let's just see what. And again, this may be more than I can do. We can explore in a call Q&A. Let me just see here. Okay, so bringing, I'm feeling selenite coming in, clearing the negative energy. Do you have any pain where you fell?
Yes, it's my right leg, and it's right in the little bone where you, and of course, like I have stairs, I have to be careful when I walk up and down the stairs so that it's not hurting super bad like it did before, but I have been taking it easy.
Okay, I'm just gonna actually working with some young living oils here. I'm gonna just really send some sacred mountain. I'm gonna send some trauma, like clearing the trauma around. So interesting. What was the thought pattern? Do you know at all what the thought pattern was when you actually tumbled or fell?
I was coming down the steps and I missed the last step and I fall.
Okay. So what was going on in your world around that time? Were you thinking, do you have awareness around what your thought processes were?
No, I was happy. I'm a masseuse. I was just finishing a massage with this lady, and I was coming down the second story building. And I even thought when I went up, I said, I better not forget that last step because it doesn't show. And it was like 7 o'clock in the evening. So at that moment, I don't know what, I thought I had the step to the last one, but I didn't. And I just got up and kept on going. But of course, in a little bit, it was starting to go crazy, the pain. Then I drove home the next day.
Okay, so what do you feel, okay, let's just align here. Alignment. What are you feeling in your body right now?
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
More ease.
I just saw like a chiropractic adjustment, like kind of like something was like out and then it went.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more at ease.
Your voice changed. Notice that?
Right. I was laying down so that I sat up because I said I need to. I was cleaning downstairs a little. No, I just couldn't hold my eyes open. I had to kind of sleep.
So let them release through those the bottoms of the feet. Let's just release all that cellular debris, all that waste cellular debris.
Okay, I'm releasing all cellular debris.
And then I'm almost seeing you having an Epsom salt bath, if that feels right too. That will help some of that. I'm seeing correction through the DNA. Whoa, I'm just feeling a really beautiful alignment here. Releasing the trauma. Almost like you went into another, but almost like there was a merge of some sort of another event that occurred multidimensionally. Ooh, and I'm hearing really strong ringing in my left ear, so that would be confirmation. Bringing the golden healers. Just take a deep breath. Okay, just notice now what's different.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more ease, a little
Nice.
bit more energy.
Beautiful. And I can feel all these beautiful beings that are holding the space for you to step into that. I'm feeling a really strong, I'm getting a really strong ring in my left ear. So there's some information for you. I would suggest, well, I'm going to be doing an activation toward the end of this call. So maybe there's a message coming in for you. This is just a thought that I'm getting, what I'm getting right now.
So just stay on the call, Stella, and wait for the activation, okay?
I will. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Beautiful.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Stella. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take just 2 more quick calls. Hold on one second. Shama, go ahead. You want to unmute yourself?
Thank you, Lara.
And you know I'm saying quick, Shama, so no story.
Okay, yes, I had hurt both my thumbs, but I found recently my right hand, all my fingers were getting numb at night. So I just wanted to check and see if there's anything energetically or just my physical, the way I slept on it, something's going on.
So your thumbs are getting numb. What's your shoulders? What's going on with the shoulders? Okay.
Well, yeah, I constantly, you know, try to loosen the joints and the shoulders. So I'm not sure where it's pinched, but that just happened again recently in the last couple of weeks. I got a swollen wrist out of the blues. There's a muscle that is swollen from the wrist coming up towards the elbow, and that's very unusual. So I was nursing that, and I'm not sure if that's the cause.
Well, it's all stuck stress in your body. I'm seeing the shoulders. I want to say the shoulder blades. I'm seeing also the base of the skull. So let's open up those palm chakras right now. Just to invite you to just make a fist and just like 3 times open and close them. 3 fists, open and close. And just let that heart energy move out into pulsing balls of light. Okay, I'm also getting one of the first things that came to me is, what are you holding on to that is asking for release?
I wish I knew. I hope I knew.
Does that resonate with you?
I think I've been on a roll of releasing many things. So, and I've been kind of not remembering everything. So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
So
there's
sitting with yourself and asking that right now. Just sitting with yourself and asking, like in your quiet moment, because there's more releasing. Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit shifting around the upper shoulder blades, and I'm seeing that one bone, that real prominent bone, like right at the base of the skull. It's down a little bit from the base of the skull, but that big prominent bone. I'm seeing a lot of that area. I'm feeling more space being created here. I'm seeing the emerald ray coming in really strong there. The healing. Also feeling a little bit with adrenals, fight or flight. And vagus nervous system as well. The nervous system. Ooh. Bringing in, seeing the soothing energy coming in, lepidolite, crystalline, coming into the nervous system, vagus nerve. So what are you noticing in your body right now?
I am going with the flow there and relaxing my shoulders. You're right. I have a constant thing going on with my neck and shoulders, and I try to use all these various neck things. So that I never even thought of as being, because it's a constant, right? What do you suggest I do about that? Any because I'm 65 now.
Yeah, well, it is stress in the body. And one of the things that came up with me, well, sitting and then asking what I'm holding on to, but also, have you heard of the Susan Hinsman, the melt method? And it just came up to me because it feels like she uses really little soft balls and rollers. You can see her on YouTube. It's called the melt method. And you may get some relief with that because it's going to release some of that stuck stress. And then you're going to be able to process whatever that so-called stress is. Because there's a lot of emotion there too, more that I could get into in a session. Or not right now, but in a session, yes.
Yes, yeah.
But there's a lot of emotion, repressed emotions. But just going in and asking. Also, you may want to take an Epsom salt plus apple cider vinegar bath, if that feels right. And I would do like a cup or two of Epsom salt and then a quart of apple cider vinegar. And that will start breaking up some of that. If there's any calcium or hardened areas, and that might help you release too. I'm also seeing sea salt. Those three, you're going to sweat it out really a lot, but it's going to be amazing what's going to shift and release. But it's all of the above. It's physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. I mean, it's just a lot of processing. But pain in the body is negative energy. Yeah. So when you notice that's different, because I do see a little more space in that shoulder area, and I'm seeing the vagus nerve and the adrenals kind of calming down.
Yeah, it felt a little lighter up there. I could feel, the body's dissolving a bit.
Yeah, so a really beautiful, and this is for everyone, of course, this is for all of us, because we tend to hold that tension, the weight of a world on our shoulders, but start to see yourself as oscillating, vibrating light. You're literally oscillating, vibrating light. Okay, and start, like if you look at a fan and you start to play with different speeds of the fan, and they start to raise in vibration. The higher the vibration, the less likely you are able to see that oscillation. Right. Okay, so you see yourself like that as well. And what needs to shift? Okay, I'm calling you more light, calling in this Aquarian energy, the elementals of air and the elementals of fire. Seeing that, because that's dissolving and then the air is releasing and blowing that out. Okay, so now let's just pulsate all of that residue, that cellular residue, through the bottoms of your feet, the arches of your feet, and then also through the pulsing through your hands. Just take a deep breath and just let go. What's different? I know you said anything more different or about the same?
It's just the lightness. The lightness is more prevalent, or I'm paying more attention to it. Yes.
Yes. Yes. The awareness is the key, and the more that you notice what's different, the more that you connect with the momentum of the shift that already occurred. This is going to continue, but I would definitely look at going into that bath and dissolving some of that dross, and let yourself express whatever comes up.
Thank you. I am, I'm needing one of those. It's been a tough year for baths and massages and the usual. So there must be a lot of toxins on top of everything else that's being cleansed right now.
Well, a lot of it is toxic emotion, energy in motion. Yeah.
I thank you so much for that. Really appreciate
it.
Thank you, Soma. Thank you. Good.
Thank you, Lara.
Good. All right. One more quick question from Pat. Go ahead, Pat. You want to unmute yourself?
Okay. Thank you, Kim. When I'm sleeping at night, during the night, sometimes on my left hip in my muscle, I have a discomfort. And I'm wondering if I'm integrating the divine feminine on my left side.
Okay. Where did you say that I missed the first word that you said. Where is it, discomfort?
It's on the left hip muscle.
Your hip?
Yes, the muscle.
Okay. Okay, so the glute, like the back gluteus maximus medius. Okay, that's a big I'm noticing a lot of people shifting there in those areas. They're wanting to open and expand because it is our foundation. Our foundation literally is shifting and changing. One of the things that might, do you sit a lot at your job, or do you?
No, I don't have a job. And I don't sit a lot. I get up and I move constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm seeing you kind of, I'm seeing some Qigong or yoga. I'm also seeing you rolling around on some kind of a little ball, like on your glute, like opening up. Those glutes really get locked and locked up.
Okay.
But again, it's more of that connection in with that hip, the foundational piece. Also asked to be taken at night with your I am presence to a regeneration chamber, healing. And I'm almost seeing like med beds or something. Okay, let me just see here. Left side, so something that's coming in. Pattern, emotional pattern, mental pattern. This feels like a mental pattern. 1, 2, 5. This timeline, another timeline. Wow. All right. Open up the those chakras in the feet, and then also those release areas in the feet. I'm seeing a lot of shifting in the chi meridians.
So feet. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I try to connect with the sun and the earth, you know, when I go to bed at night too.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on here. Just see. Change. Okay. Ooh, Vogel. Okay. So what are you noticing right now?
I don't know.
Body. Ooh.
You know, I feel off balance when I walk too, but you know, that's.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of activity at the medulla oblongata, the base of the skull, pineal. A lot happening here that's changing.
Okay.
Using actually a vocal crystalline. Okay, coming in your body. Where are you right now? Ooh. Okay, also noticing the tailbone. Same time. Okay, so with your feet, just focusing a foot, like a foot length below your feet into the earth star, and you're standing right now on moss, bringing you in right now.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. I'm seeing the chi meridians now starting to get more vital, and I'm seeing the hara area, your life force, between the sacral and the solar plexus chakra really activated here.
Okay.
Seeing some like red that's leaving. Okay, I'm going to do a sound scan. There we go, guys. Sending fractals right up through your chi meridians, right through your feet. I'm feeling the tractus. I'm feeling my feet really tingling. What are you noticing right now?
I'm feeling more aligned. Yeah.
Nice. I'm just going to send some release here. Trauma and release. Yeah, it feels like something opened up for you channel-wise, like channels opened up. Oh, okay, connecting in with that heart field, bringing in joy. I'm seeing, wow, seeing your hara very activated. I'm seeing a lot of pink energy there. where there was red. As soon as I tapped into it, I was seeing this red leaving. I'm seeing a lot of pink, bright, that blue, bright pink.
In the heart area, you're saying?
No, around your hara, your life force area.
Oh, I see. There's pink around my life force.
Yeah, I'm feeling the heart opening out too, though.
Okay.
Okay, so holding your arms like straight up, like above you, and like, are you able to stand?
I can stand, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing you just be gentle, like stand against where you have support, like if you do go down, because you might be in an altered state here, even though you feel very conscious. I've had people say that and then just kind of go down. So you want to have support. So move your arms out, and I'm seeing your feet out like in a star formation.
Star, okay.
And, yeah, like a star. And spread your fingers apart. Just allow your heart energy to pulsate through your hands and your feet. The fractals are coming up from Gaia through your feet all the way up through the chi meridians, harmonizing your entire body. Okay, and I'm also seeing your field. This is for everyone, by the way. Everyone who is on this call is represented by the collective. So this is useful for all of you. You may be perceiving it in a different way. Go with what you're perceiving and noticing. Okay, I'm seeing beautiful golden light coming in right now, and I'm seeing the fractals of beautiful white fractals coming up, continuing, changing through the chi meridian, and then harmonizing and balancing. And I'm seeing your heart, more of a unified field through your heart. So just, this is for everyone, one unified field of light within, through, and around your being, through the heart field. Okay, take a deep breath. You're also going to want to drink more water in the next day, several days.
I do. I drink a lot of water. I drink almost a gallon a day.
Okay, so also harmonizing electrolytes to the body. Okay, so what are you noticing?
My hands are vibrating, and so are my feet.
Nice. Okay. So this is going to continue for 2 days for you. So this transmission that came in for you and for each of you, and then I'll be checking at the end of the activation too, like what transmissions that will be exclusive with that.
Thank you.
Whoa. Place your hands over your heart and just, I'm hearing the words, I am.
I am.
I am. There we go. Yes, do let me know how you're doing. And that's with any of you. songofheart@uniontel.net, kimregnitz.com, and then it has my email on. I love to hear, what you're experiencing or what experiences you've had.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
That was great.
Thank you, Alara. Thank you.
Thank you. So be gentle with yourself, okay?
Yes, be gentle.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Awesome. So we can all do that, process again when we listen to the replay or watch the replay. We can always experience that transmission again for ourselves. Woo, but definitely drink some water. I'm really feeling that too. How are you doing, Kim?
I'm great.
Good.
And I just wanted to say all the other calls too, like whether you had pain somewhere else in your body, it didn't just have to be the lower back or the hands and being numb. It can be, you can relate this to yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Good, thank you. So I know we're going to do the activation, but I just wanted to take a few moments and talk about the special offer, because this is a brand new offer that you created for our show. So for those of you, it is available at alara.at/show/Kim2. Yes,
really excited about this package because it is more about getting on with this shift in consciousness as to when we shift this consciousness into co-creative, we are going to see all of these exciting new things manifest much quicker here. We have the ability to really bring that in with this Aquarian energy that is very fast moving. So this is called the new golden age of sovereign abundance. And it really is about the 5D golden age of sovereign abundance. But abundance is the divine supply of all good things, all amazing things, possibilities through your I am present. So the package includes 2 PDFs, Holographic Activation. It's really important that you read before these because it's very different than a meditation. And it's unique every time you embark on a holographic activation. And then I am fully embodied. These are divine activation codes. These are something that you can work with. They're tools that you can work with and work with your I am presence with embodying and the codes that are coming in with that. You can actually memorize it. And when you're feeling out of sorts, you can utilize them. So this is very much of the ascension frequencies. It brings in the visionary part of you. All of us have been taught to downplay that our imagination was not real, was that, oh, it's just our imagination. We either were chastised with imaginary friends, which were divine beings that were interfacing with us as children. So this is really, the holographic activations really allow you to tap into those possibility potentials and your imagination, your visionary. So this is a very immersive experience with this Aquarian energy, the stellium. It was created during this Aquarian stellium to really allow you to shift your perception. And when everyone shifts their perception or critical mass, we will see a change here. Again, it's not, if you even take yourself and look at all who you're connected with, kind of like that flower of life, I'm seeing that right now, or the Sri Yantra, you are actually the more divine responsible being because you are awakened. So you're connecting with that, and that can be a critical mass in and of itself to actually create our manifesting this free energy, these beautiful med beds, going to Venus in the afternoon for tea. All of these are within reach. Amazing things coming in. So let's shift it. Let's quit picking through the garbage as to what's leaving here and getting pulled into that and the fear and create this. So that's what this package is in a nutshell. Again, no driving while listening to this. This is not a one and done. This is every time you listen, you continue where you've left off. It will very much focus on the pineal gland, as I mentioned before, decalcifying that and support your ascension process. It will also expand your ability to communicate and connect with your star soul family and your I am, of course. So package A, item 1. The first one is New Golden Age of Sovereign Abundance. And this is the whole vision, like what your vision is, shifting your perception to what's magically possible for you. It really creates that imagination. This whole package A is like 10 hours approximately of material. So it's like a weekend class that I would facilitate. And you want to give yourself time to integrate. Magical beings throughout the whole, these 4 activations are just really coming in, crystallines. This is a really big about shifting your perception and anchoring this, what that looks for. It allows you to focus on what this means for me. What does this new golden age really look like for me? It starts getting you to imagine and thinking in that time frame because you have an ability to contribute to that. That is part of your divine mission. And it's not so much about doing, it's being. Okay, so that's the first one, the golden age, that visionary, creating sacred space, journey through the heart portal, Stargate, which is your portal to omnipresent. The second one, clean sweep of the obsolete. Okay, so this is for when you get triggered. And remember, whenever we want to manifest something, what comes up, the opposite or the antithesis, I can't say that word today, the opposite, the contractive. So this is about an activation with the divine masters, the rays. Kuan Yin came in here, mantis beings, Pleiadians, Arcturians, soul families, especially through the IM frequency, to shift whatever is showing up, what is on your plate. I was guided to bring the crystalline bowls, the 2, the C and the G, which is actually the throat chakra is actually connected with the 5D, which is the ether, and the C, which is the root chakra. When they are played together, they create a sacred ratio called of the 5th, which is a very healing resonance. So they're 432 hertz crystalline bowls that were played with this through this activation, very powerful, and can be used for shifting whatever is on your plate. Number 3, resonating as a sovereign being. This is about really connecting in with more of your power. And I was given this process here, which is really interesting. Abundance, like 5D abundance, discernment, authenticity, which is intent, frequency, and abundance. Discernment leads to authenticity, leads to frequency, leads to abundance, creation, and manifestation. So this whole activation is part of that. I found myself going really, really deep in places with this. New key codes, new star codes came in. The second part of this, literally I was seeing sacred geometric templates being placed within the field. So this is one of those 2 that every time you use it, you're going to expand from this. So that was a really beautiful, well, all of them are really unique and facilitate unique functions with this whole 5D golden age. The 4th one and the last one was the Soul Star Family Reunion. And literally, this was so powerful when I started facilitating this, that I was actually hearing in my awareness, I was in an altered state, but my awareness, I was literally hearing the whirring of a ship, like right above me. It was like it was right here. And this was really high vibrational with connecting with the star soul family. And I was seeing them coming in for everyone that was going to be working with this package and this ascension process. So there is a facilitation of your star soul family with this, in this activation, as I alluded to before. So again, this is really important as far as what your mission is, and it brings in DNA upgrades and key codes relating to that mission. So it was a very welcoming and empowering. I just felt really cocooned with this. And I'm looking forward to playing with this myself and seeing what expands with this, especially with the Aquarian Stellium now. This is all about that. Okay, so this entire 4 MP3 series will allow you to co-create a foundational shift within your consciousness, all pertaining to anchoring this 5D golden age of sovereign abundance. It's time for us. It's time for us to be abundant in our body and to really go where we've never gone before and to express what wants to be expressed through us. It's time. And so that's item 1 of package 8. Item 2 includes 2.5 hour live group virtual classes supporting your ascension process. Okay, these classes are calibrated to the consciousness and what is ready to shift and upgrade with each participant. So this will be 2.5 hour class, probably I would say 2.5 hour to 3 hour process. And this will be working with this material and what is unique for you. I am having everyone, there will be tools and materials. I'm having everyone email me with what is on their plate and what they'd like to shift, and we will work with that. So this is really utilizing the energy of co-creative expansion. There'll be sound, light, language of light, high frequency transmission supportive tools all around this 5D new golden age of sovereign abundance. So I will be announcing the schedule for this, and I'm hearing once Mercury goes direct, and I'm sensing that there will be one in March and one in April. One to let go of all of last year, so it will be more about releasing, and then one that will be in April after that the new astrological calendar begins. So that's all of package A. And that, like I said, it's about 10 hours worth of material, possibly a bit more. And that is $122. And then package B includes all of package A plus a 60 to 90 minute personal harmonic transformational session. And there's a PDF that explains all about what, and it's almost like I can't even explain it because there's so much more. I get really deep with people in the work. It's a long process. It is moderated through your I Am Presence. It is facilitated through your I Am Presence. And I'm only able to notice on the head of a pin what actually occurs in a session. But there can be many shifts multidimensionally, ancestrally, whatever is standing in the way, whatever is who you are not. And I have Saturn in Scorpio, so that is the phoenix rising out of the ashes, that deep transformational work. So this is a beautiful process, very, very powerful session for those of you that have worked with me before and you know what I'm saying about that. Each session is different and it is an accelerated ascension, expansion in consciousness. And you can see what shifted just in a brief time with these calls. So, and this is not always about shifting things, because I do have a vast majority, I'd say about half of my clients have already done a lot of their work and they're expanding. And these would be those multidimensional skill sets that are expanding that I mentioned before, like where we've mastered something in another timeline, those are expanding. So it's really unique in the way that there is a lot of co-creative energy and expanding, like what's ready to come in for you, the connections and so forth. And I facilitate this. Many times people will call themselves healers. I do not. I facilitate healing energy. First of all healing comes from within. No one can heal you. It's through your I Am Presence. And I'm seeing like the little cogs in the wheels. So there is finding the opening and allowing that to align. And I literally am holding the space for the I Am through your I Am Presence, your team, and my I Am Alchemy team, and spirit, and many of the beings, the ascended masters, the beings of light, the star nations, etc., that facilitate these shifts. So it's accelerated healing 101. And that package B includes 2 bonuses, which are it can be 1 lunar cycle of the full moon, new moon, or you can do 2 full moons. It's 2 of my 90-minute holographic activations, which are held bi-monthly. And usually always around the new moon and the full moon, because we harness them. The new moon is always about seed planting. And then there's a beautiful activation that comes in that in resonance with that. So you can do 2 new moons, or you can do 2 full moons, whatever, or you can do a new moon and a full moon. You just get 2 of them, and you'll be getting codes. You reach out to me and you'll be given 2 codes that allow you the access to that. So that is, again, package B. It includes all of package A plus a personal harmonic holographic transformational session, 2 bonuses, and that is $244. So that is the package.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. And again, those 2 packages are available at alara.at/show/Kim2. And if you've never worked with Kim one-on-one, this is your chance to book a personal session with her and really, do some transformational work. And that's what it's about right now. Working with Kim is about doing transformational work. It's not always pretty, but it's always required. And it's, right now where we're at is about our spiritual evolution, our growth, our moving forward in our sovereign power, being the sovereign beings that we truly are. And for that, sometimes we have to clear what is not. Right. So I definitely highly recommend getting a session with Kim if you can. OK. And if you can't, then get package A, and then you'll still get a chance to, receive the activations and training and teaching and wisdom from Kim in those MP3s and in the live group calls as well. Wonderful.
Yes,
thank you, Kim.
The package A is like a session in and of itself. It's like a class, like a weekend class. So
Yeah.
you will be getting a lot with that. You will go deeper with the connection with the personal session. So like, it's just like, how worth it are you, and how much do you want to, how really intent on are you in this process? You know, we're not playing small anymore. We're here to manifest this beautiful 5D sovereign abundance here now for everyone, not the just us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for everyone. It's available for everyone. So, you know, this is the time to really take advantage of these types of opportunities when you can. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So now we've been all anxiously waiting for the activation.
Okay, well, and please do not be driving. I just want to reiterate that if you are listening to this, and even if you start driving after a pullover, just really make sure that you are grounded. I will be facilitating a little bit of grounding after, but it's up to you. Really listen to that guidance. All right.
Yeah,
So just
be
take a deep
safe.
breath.
Be safe.
Yes. And just take a couple of deep breaths and just let go. And just anything that you think you know, that you think you are aware of right now, let's just seeing that as perimeters and our filters and biases. Just unplug from that right now and just let go. And I'm just going to ask that question. What filters and biases and perceptions and filters am I ready to let go? Parameters. Are we ready to go where there are no parameters? And can I feel safe in that? I'm just going to put that out there. And just, okay, so we're just going to clear out all that apprehension and that fear. I'm feeling the star soul families coming in around each of you, feeling like the cosmic hug, soul tribes. There are many that we are connected with on this earth, we are traveling with. Just feeling that gratitude for that support and that envelopment of these beautiful beings around us, supporting us, co-creating with us, and just feel yourself. And I'm literally seeing, this came through my activation, the new moon Aquarian activation the other night too, literally seeing like you're standing in the center of the circle and all these beings are around you and they're just moving, like you're standing there and they're just moving through the spine. They're just moving you around the circle, but your feet are standing in the same place, but you're just leaning back, like that trust issue. And they're just moving around, feeling a lovely torsion field with this. Feeling a lot of the chakras in the back opening. Biofield chakras, feeling the hara. Okay, there we go. So now feeling that expansive support coming in, and I'm just seeing a really sudden burst of interstellar light. This is coming in from the great central sun, stellar gateway, soul star, Soma Chakra, light body centers, causal chakras, activating the DNA, Soma, bathing the pineal, seeing some decalcifying of that pineal even further. I'm feeling a lot of activity in the head right now. I'm just going to bring in some harmonizing here, rewiring, repatterning. Just take a deep breath. Feeling a centering within the fluids within the body, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal. Seeing a lot of fluids, like redistributing, like there's fluids being redistributed throughout your entire field. Okay, oh, they're carrying these light codes that are coming in with that interstellar light that's moving where they need to move in the body, through the nervous system, feeling a relaxation, a release, kind of like an unplugging from electronics, an energetic unplugging. Feeling a deeper accepting of what's on your plate right now, the challenges that you want to notice what's different with them after this call. You may notice that things that we have not talked about shifted relationally, where we've moved our parameters. And for many of you, you're dissolving your parameters. Okay, easily within our comfort zone. Almost like one foot is in the comfort zone, one foot is moving out of a comfort zone. And through our I Am presence and our soul team, we are supported to completely step away from our comfort zone. Seeing a beautiful yellow, golden yellow ray just coming right down, right through the central column, and touching all the way down into the Earth Star, down into the Gaia gateway, blessing the water, the fluids in the earth and the grids. Connecting all the way into Gaia. She welcomes this support, this golden, this yellow sovereign beauty, this sovereign, like new sovereign codes that are being anchored here now. Feeling a lot happening in my jaw and my head. I'm feeling the Soma Chakra, which is where the subtle bodies connect with your physical technology, right at the hairline above your third eye. Feeling a lot there. And keep in mind, I'm only able to narrate what's on the head of a pin. There's so much happening right now. Noticing what you're noticing. And I'm seeing a chipmunk. Now, okay, the chipmunk, Chippy and Fairy. I'm seeing seeing 3 fairies around this chipmunk, and they're just these really, they're like song fairies. They have this beautiful lilting voice that I'm hearing. I'm just feeling that moving all the way around their being and their elementals. So grateful for your presence. And they're calling forth the fairies in your home. And for all of you, you all have fairies, whether they've been hiding, they're calling forth. And they're welcoming you, welcoming the expansive you. Within all the portals and the stargates within Gaia that are opening. Appreciating you being a bridge for as above, so below. Okay, I'm seeing some fear residue releasing from our fields. A lot has released. There's not a whole lot here. Releasing. Moving 360 degrees out. Ooh. Bringing that shining bright light, turning up the volume on your light. Brighter, more bold and bodacious is the words that are coming in. Feeling that stargate within the heart expanding, dissolving all of those old fear patterns, all of those old contractive, no longer useful patterns. Ooh. I'm going to be silent for a moment. There's so much happening, downloading through the central column. Beautiful citrine. Beautiful. And I'm actually seeing a rainbow with leprechauns and the pot of gold, that metaphoric pot of gold. Okay, this is all information, but it's showing up. So it's useful through our I am frequency. And hearing the jingling of coins, of a lot of gold. I'm seeing gold coins and hearing that jingling all over, all around. Are you ready to receive? Beautiful. I'm feeling Cassiopean, and they're surrounded by Arcturian. Arcturian many times holds a space for this Cassiopean love energy, energy of joy. This alignment with divine abundance. And I invite you to notice wherever there is a parameter still in place, first thing that comes to you, just watch it, just observe it without trying to change it. Anything that says, I cannot have this, this is not here. Ooh, ego, wounded ego, allowing that to dissolve. Seeing the silver and gold coming in, the alchemical process. Anchoring down into the grids and from the central sun, great central sun, and I'm feeling this moving out to the etheric body. Take a breath, the emotional body, mental body, all the spiritual bodies, our whole toroidal field. A sound tone coming in. Take a deep breath, allowing any cellular releasing to move out through the palm chakras, back of the heart, arches of the feet. Feeling this expanding out into your space. You may notice articles in your home that no longer serve you. This beautiful sapphire blue coming in that you may be led to purge. It's all information. Okay, bringing your awareness to your feet, bringing your consciousness back, noticing what is flowing through your being, what is different, not what's the same. Taking a deep breath, slowly bringing your consciousness back. Some of you are really deep. Feeling Gaia's energy assisting with this, feeling the support of the ancient ones, the whales, ancient trees, especially the old growth trees. Beautiful. Harmonizing and integrating. This transmission is going to continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Wow. Through the Mercury going direct. You may have a message or epiphany around that time. Just notice what continues. If at any time you need to moderate this, ask your I Am to moderate. It's just too much. And what I mean by that is if whatever is contrary starts purging or coming up, that's actually a good thing. Celebrate it. Okay, bringing in the energy. I'm seeing the solar plexus standing in your sovereign, authentic power, unifying through the field of the heart. And again, I'm seeing that sword Excalibur, moving that all the way up. It's actually merged through your central column. It's a golden, jeweled hilt. The sword itself is golden, and there's also silver. So it's an alchemical sword of truth, of sovereign abundance, of freedom. Allowing your electronics to harmonize. Take time to rest and to recalibrate, reintegrate, and integrate this powerful process. Okay, I'm doing a grounding phrase, and you can just simply affirm silently or out loud. I am awake. I am alive. I am both objectively and subjectively balanced. I am master of my life at all times. I am awake. I am alive. I am both objectively and subjectively balanced. I am master of my life at all times. I am awake. I am alive. I am both objectively and subjectively balanced. I am master of my life at all times. And so it is. And just take a deep breath. And Alara, whenever you're ready to talk, and for those of you that want to just stay in this process, there may be additional information and messages that come through for you.
Thank you. That was awesome. Oh my goodness, it was so powerful. Neo joined me as we started the process because he was elsewhere, and then as soon as we started doing the process, he came and joined me.
Oh, I meant to tell you that I thought of him the other day. I said, yeah, I bet you I was feeling his energy coming in. He's a little master being. He's a little imp.
Yeah. because like I'm wearing headphones, so he can't hear anything, right? But you know,
Yep.
he knows everything. So yeah, it was so funny that he came, and then he went and sat in my meditation chair, and then he's like, nope, I'm gonna come sit beside you. So then he came and sat, you know, at my feet, you know, so that
Yeah.
was nice. No, it was
And
really
this is
great.
this is for all everyone's fur babies as well, because they're evolving too. Just love your fur babies. Oh, blessing, beautiful.
And you know, I found
Yeah.
that before the activation started, I was feeling really cold, and of course, as soon as the activation started, I was like on fire. There are tones I was hearing in my ears, lots of energy, lots of activity. You know, it was lots of shifting happening. So it was great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful.
awesome, miraculous event. Yes, Misty says I was sweating. I went very deep. It was
Yeah.
hard to come back, Linda says. Yeah. So that was definitely nice. I had thought about, you know, moving over to my meditation chair to do it. Then it's like, oh no, I'll just sit here. And it's like, yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was lovely, Sandra says. Yeah. So this is, again, like Kim said, this is going to continue for 5 days. So be gentle with yourself, drink water, ground, you know, the best you can. Right, Kim?
Yes. And also keep a notebook. You may want to just keep track of what's different, because you may be doing some shifts with, like, you'll have an epiphany, and then something will be triggered and you'll release, and then something more will come in, because this is like a pattern of releasing and then more coming in. That's what they're showing me right now. So notice those authentic brilliance flashes of insight that you may receive, messages.
Absolutely. Edmund says, thank you so much, Kim. That was so amazing and powerful and so healing and liberating. Thank you so much to all present. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, notice what is changing. Notice what is different, because you are different now after this activation. You know, there's no question. So notice that, and notice the insights, notice the ahas, notice the epiphanies that you get. And also notice that, yeah, stuff is going to come up, but it's just coming up to be cleared and let go of. It's not about going back into the story. Let it go. Let it go. Release.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's a good part. You know, when you keep repeating the story, you're actually saying, universe, give me more of that. Yeah. And sometimes we think it self-validates us, but really, no, it doesn't.
Exactly. So what it's validating is, you know, those old fears, those old limitations, those old stories, beliefs, etc. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Pat says, thank you so much, Laura. Love being with the group. So much healing. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for bringing, you know, your question, and that brought forth a process that Kim did with all of us. So thank you for that. All right. Woo. And of course, if you'd like to work with Kim more, you can choose one of the packages, A or B, and those are available at alara.at/show/Kim2. So that's awesome. Lots of teaching, lots of wisdom, lots of activation, lots of energies, lots of transformation is possible. So thank you so much, Kim. Another wonderful, fabulous show.
Oh, beautiful. I enjoyed myself so much, and love to every one of you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to Mercury going direct in a few days. Yay.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone. And thank you, everybody, for your questions. They were awesome. You know, brought so much healing and activations and information and wisdom for all of us. So thank you. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye now.